Hello, Aquarius Waylighters. Boy, are you in the spotlight. There, Aquarius and your opposite sign of Leo are just like in every single astrological conversation, it feels like right now. So I thought we would take a look and see how it is that you're going to enter August after the full moon in Aquarius. Because, of course, what other sign would it be in right now if Aquarius is on stage? Um, on the 29th of July. So if you catch this right after the full moon, that's just fine. Things will play out for quite a while, in fact, 6 months. And I think even longer sometimes. If you find this later, no problem. Just look back to July and August and think about what it is that happened for you. These patterns play out over a long period of time. Hey, if something in this resonates with you, please hit like and subscribe so that others can find the channel. And let's get going and see what it is that Spirit has to say about you. Or excuse me, say to you. First card out is Wisdom. All right, so you are definitely bringing uh, a lot to the table for everyone right now because the conversations going on in your sign, obviously they affect everyone. They affect them differently, but whatever it is, it's big. And just to make sure that we understand that, we have that full moon going on right now with so many aspects. We have the North Node moving into your sign. So the way forward for the collective, the lessons that we are learning, the lessons that each individual is learning, those are changing and they're going to be Aquarian type lessons for the next 18 months. We have Jupiter moving in Leo into Leo and your opposite sign, which is going to activate this toggling back and forth of the individual and the collective. Of course, with Barbo's basket opened now in the conversations that went on between those four planets. And you can look back to my video about that if you want to know more. It includes Neptune in Aries and Uranus in Gemini as well. And I would add also Venus in Virgo. I really think that that's very important. So that conversation, that video, I'll drop I can't talk right now, so let me just try again. I will drop the direct link to that video in the description box. All right, let's see if I can get my tongue back in gear. So the first card out was Wisdom, and not surprisingly, the second card out is Blue Star. So Blue Star says, follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. That is essentially what you are learning right now. Everything going on for you, if you are an Aquarius rising, or if your solar house if your solar sign is in Aquarius, that is the conversation that is revolutionizing your life right now. If it is your moon sign, it's about your interior life. And if it's your if it's your Venus sign, then it is about how you know yourself, your feminine energies. I started to say how you know yourself as a woman, but we all have that energy. So how your feminine energy shows up in your life. All right, we made it through that. Something about this light shining in my eyes, I think it's a little bit like being interrogated, but in the very best way because I'm in good company with you. So let's see what it is that Source wants to clarify. Wisdom and Blue Star. It does look as though you've got a couple of challenges because in Wisdom, the explanation, it's interesting, says, see your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. Now, I think that the word wisdom is in a larger sense than this, but certainly there is a little bit of a struggle. We're all in North Node Aquarius, which means that we've all got lessons to learn about the collective, about what it means to take an objective view, but without losing your sense of humanity, because that sense of belonging, that sense of authenticity is very much about the energy that Aquarius brings to everyone, to the zodiac. Okay, so, aha. So we have here the Judgment card. I always have to think about this. The Diviner of Cups, and this is the Queen of Cups. So we have the Judgment, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So let me talk you through these, and then I'll clarify them. It is a moment of judgment. It's a moment of awakening. And in fact, I strongly believe that, and frankly, if you just look at YouTube or any social media right now, this is a time of awakening. And it is what is going on in Aquarius right now that is really causing this kind of mass awakening. So we're in this period of judgment, meaning for you, I'm also getting good judgment. You are a very astute. Um, the word that comes to mind is friend. I had actually been going to say kind of like student or observer of society, but actually what I'm getting at is friend. And I really love this because it reminds me that with the star card that is an Aquarius card, there is this sense of partnership. And what we see here with the judgment card is this angel. So this is usually Archangel Gabriel, who is playing the trumpet to cause people to awaken. And here she is holding an eye within a candle. So there is this kind of flame centered metaphor. And that flame reminds us of the fiery sign of Leo. So, what is it that the awakening of the individual can do to assist the collective? Then we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is not as comfortable a placement for you. She shares your intuition, but she approaches things in a way that you're slightly suspicious of as an air sign. So she has a very open heart. That's not to say that you don't have a good heart, but she comes to life. She shows up with her heart as primary. So emotions are something that may be part of this lesson for you right now. And maybe one way that you can think about it is that emotions bring intelligence. They bring in both the sense of like EQ, but also in the sense of like reconnaissance. They bring intelligence of being an early warning sign or an early alert signal of, hey, something's going on. There is something out of the ordinary that I need to pay attention to here. I do like that she's got, in this card, she's got an eye over her forehead. She's got that third eye open. We talked a little bit about you being an astute observer, or in this case, partner friend of society. And this hand that is over her head really strikes me that maybe it is helping to open this even further. Your observations of society can really be helpful to people. I just did Capricorn's reading, and Capricorn is about grounding, which isn't surprising. It's about grounding for the collective right now, not only for each individual. I really see this as something that you can learn to master over these next several months in bringing the intelligence of emotions to a, how do I say this? I'm seeing words in water. And so, in this Diviner of Cups, in this Queen of Cups moment, how is it that we can describe the emotions so that we can also think about them and not only receive them? That's a very Aquarian thing to do. And that's what I'm seeing as something that could come out of that challenge. It's not easy for you. So let me just say, this is a Seven of Swords moment, which is about Seven of Swords is often seen as sneaky, but I really think it's also about what's hidden from us. And your emotions are very elusive to you sometimes, depending on what other placements that you have, whatever aspects that you have to Aquarius as well. But your emotions are not your first go-to. As I said earlier, you can be slightly suspicious of them. But you're climbing, I like that she's climbing using them. She's climbing out of whatever that hidden place seems to be. So maybe it is that describing your emotions. I'm getting a yes. Actually seeing the word yes in that flow of water. Learning to describe your emotions might be one way for you to begin to use them as intelligence, as reconnaissance. To help understand whatever is going on for you in the moment, and then to decide how it is that you want to respond. Yes. Okay. So Ace of Cups is the last card in this row, and that's a big yes. So an ace to me is a yes, and in particular, it's the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is about a heart offering. in this case, I actually see it as confirmation that the discussion that we just had, that this flow of water and being able to describe it will help you. It'll give you a sense of safety. It'll give you a sense of um, being able to ground in the moment. And even when you are feeling this strong sense of emotion, like you may feel almost swept away at times with emotion, because you can be having a strong, whatever's going on for you, it's big right now. And I say that because of this aspect in your first house in Aquarius. Even if it's not your first house, it is part of your identity, a very strong part of your identity, and it's being harshly dialogued right now, or maybe harshly isn't the right word. Let's just say strongly. Pluto being in Aquarius means that everything is getting upended. It's not only your daytime self, but it's the underworld, it's the shadow world, it's the part of you that you would prefer to quantify and not have to actually experience. And you're being asked to experience it and all of these emotions too. Know that as you climb out of using that Seven of Swords, as you climb out of what has been hidden from you, you bring that knowledge. Keep describing. It helps you climb out and it gives you perspective as you climb. And that is one way to your heart. All right, so let's look at some clarification here. We have, first of all, with judgment, we have the Nine of Wands. So this awakening for you, whatever awakening you've been going through, has felt very arduous. You can see that she's just like struggling to get up this hill and light this last wand, get them all in a row. She's done it. So let me just say how amazing. You've obviously been doing some really hard work. Whatever this awakening has meant for you, you have really, really dug in and put your all into it. And that they're all in a row. So I just want to really acknowledge, if you're feeling like the wounded warrior, it hasn't been for nothing. Now, not surprisingly, we talked about the difficulty that you have with being the Queen of Cups with all this emotion and feeling like you're just swept away with it all. It is not the way that you like to feel. It is not the way that you like to be. You are feeling like it's an unending nightmare. Like you have just had emotion after emotion, or drama after drama, and that the emotions feel as though they are endless. Be assured that they are not. Whatever this is that you're climbing out of, and it seems as though it is an intimate partnership, there is an end to it. You are actually doing the work. And I really want to say that this kindred spirit is not only the person who signed up to work with you on this karmic lesson, it is also this toggling back and forth of the cosmic conversation that's going on between you and Jupiter, or excuse me, yes, Jupiter in Leo is in your seventh house. Okay, so it seems as though this is a partnership that is very close to your heart, and a you thought was a kindred spirit, and yet you're feeling like there have been things that were hidden from you that are coming to light, and you don't know what to do about them right now. There's this, I'm seeing not only a Two of Cups like a ring of reciprocity, or temperance, where Archangel Michael is pouring them back and forth to mutate them and transmute them into something new. But there's actually this feeling of just like it's just swishing back and forth. Like it goes into this cup and then it goes back into that cup, and we don't really seem to get anywhere. It just goes back and forth and back and forth. You are making progress. You are making progress. And I want to assure you, and Source wants to assure you of that, because with the Ace of Cups, with that truth that is coming through in your heart, where you're learning to describe your feelings, you're learning to describe your experience, you're learning to show up as a more whole person as you bring your heart into alignment with your spirit, that is this judgment card, this awakening, right? This spiritual awakening, and your mind, where you have such strength. Your heart is coming into alignment, and you are becoming the ruler of coins, or the king of pentacles. And this is a very grounded placement. I actually am really noticing that in this particular deck, she is holding both of those pentacles out. they're levitating above her hands. It almost makes me think of a six of coins where you have the ring of reciprocity, or of the scales where there's the balance, not this swishing back and forth all the time. There is at some point the two of cups finally move into the ace or one of cups, right? Consistency, consonance, and with that, a resonance where you feel like you can breathe again, like you have systems set up, you have an approach to life again. You're not feeling as though you are just adrift in this constant flow of emotion. You don't necessarily love to feel grounded all the time, at least not into Mother Earth. You can also ground through air, and you do. That's something that is natural for you. But it's really important right now that you also have this sense of 3D life. And so, whatever it is that you've been working to bring forward from your heart through this long, arduous journey that has been about awakening, that you feel as though you have been climbing out in this repetitive cycle of a nightmare, swishing back and forth again, you are coming to a point of resonance and consistency that will land you in the 3D world again where you can breathe. It's coming if it's not already here. I hope that you can actually right now throw your arms back, feel like you can take a deep breath in, take a deep breath, and feel that centering, and know that you are becoming the Sage of Pentacles. You're not losing your Aquarian edge, but you are gaining the ability to bring your ideas, your mental ideas, to life, to the 3D life, by joining them with the motivating power and understanding of humanity and all of life. You're bringing that power into the 3D real world. Wow. Wow. I just want to just say that and acknowledge that you are doing a lot of work right now on behalf of the entire collective. And it matters. What you've been going through personally matters to the collective. So thank you. All right. I will place the videos that I referred to in the description box below. And again, please, if anything in this resonates with you, and I hope that it did, please like and subscribe so that others can find the channel. And until then, wishing you peace on your journey, and I will talk with you again soon.